What is up, fellow Bloons players? My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at a series between Alliswell and Smurfblade. And it's a pretty old series as you're used to, but anyway, this was still on the list to be commentated, so I decided to spend my last couple of days in quarantine commentating this masterpiece for you guys. As you all know, Flash is at the moment no longer alive. It's unfortunate, but yeah, and there's nothing we can do about it. I noticed that Ninja Kiwi was actually looking into ways to be in contact with Supernova, install a plugin so we can still play Flash. That's the aim for the Ninja Kiwi archives. And other than that, there might be options in the future, but I'm expecting them to take at least, what's it, like a half a year. So we're playing on Hydro, and we see Smurf actually started with a farm, whereas Alice started with sending some red balloons. The red balloons allow you to get more economy, which is more helpful when you're equal in farms, and it makes you less susceptible to rushes in the mid game. And other than that, it's just usually you consist with pings because it also gets your opponent low on lives, and that's making them having to over-defend to mid-game rushes, which is also beneficial for Alice. So by this mixed eco Alice is currently doing, he's allowing himself to really make this game much easier for him. So Smurf's going to send some blacks. Alice has high lives and therefore decides to go for only a 1-0 mortar and a 2-0 boomerang. Smurf getting his second ninja and strong on that island. It allows the blacks to be popped early, and then the burny stuff goes through the pink layer, and then usually ninja and boomerang is enough to clean up. So now Smurfblade has to pay attention to if Alice is going to send yellow balloons, but usually persisting with these blacks is also nice because it keeps the pressure on. Oh, Alice just stopped sending and got up his second farm. So at this point, Smurf is just up one plantation against Alice. And at this point, I think, Smurf also got up a 1-2 mortar. So it's pretty much even. I would say that Alice is in the upper hand at this moment. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Alice going for the farm. Still Smurf is trying to maintain his lead with one plantation. No rushes on round 11. Interesting, because I think a rush would be interesting to see in round 11, because both players, because Smurf has low life, so Alice is going for those spaced rainbows. Smurf is not getting up. Okay, he's not getting up Ricochet or a 3-2 3-1 ninja, and yeah. Honestly, Smurf could have just sent a rod right here because Alice spent a lot of money on those rainbows, and if you just send that, you force Alice to at least sell one farm, and then you maintain your farm lead because Alice can't counter it because he doesn't have any money. So he has round 15, will either play a rush, and it's not looking like it. Alice upgraded his farm, and Smurf is going to get up that Republic. Alice not sending, Alice sending that rush. Smurf is getting up his second Ricochet. Now he's going to get up that Bloon Zitchu, and he defends that easy peasy. So he's going to sell that Ricochet, going for the counter rod with two ceramics, and Alice got up that Ricochet and also the Bloon Zitchu. So Alice has a lot of Bloon eco at this point, and this was a crazy good counter rush by Smurfblade because Alice did not really have a lot of money. But we can see that Smurf is actually only up one Republic, and I think that considering there's going to be no way that Smurfblade is going to be the defender in this game, it's looking very bad for Smurf, because Alice with his max eco is very solid for around 18 and especially around 20. Smurf is going for that Moab. Will Alice actually also go for the Moab? No, Alice doesn't look like to go for that Moab, so Alice is getting up a 3-2-4-2 ninja on the bottom pipe. I prefer to put it above my boomerangs, but that was also fine considering Smurf didn't follow up with a rod. It wasn't really doing anything because Ricochet, but still it was fine. I'm not paying attention to the chat at all, by the way. Just saying that. Oh, Alice had to actually sell a farm in order to defend that Moab. So what's Smurf now gonna do? Because it's he definitely needs to rush. He's going to send one BFB, and is Alice going to do anything at all? The ceramics of the AI comments, Smurf defends that. Alice getting up in Ninja on the island. Still no counter by Alice. It's only one BFB, so Alice is definitely going to look and defend for this. Alice now using the Sabo when the BFB is getting in range of the Bloons issues, and I'm definitely agreeing with that decision. Smurf now going for 2 more fast cooldown. Alice going for that, flash bomb, and then gets up in 3-2 ninja, and that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. That BFB is taken down. Now Alice, all he needs to do is go to defend those 2 BFBs, and now Smurf is going to sell all of his farms, most likely, no, only 1 plantation, and is going to defend that Moab with just Sabo, and oh, this is not looking good. GG, well played. It was to be expected that one of the ceramics did not get distracted. So yeah, that's like very common with that spot. Yeah, it's just something with that spot. When you use the 2 top pipe ninjas, there's a high chance that one of the ceramics will not get distracted and will get fully through. So therefore, I usually prefer to get up like a 3rd ninja, or even a Bloons issue on the bottom pipe. Kind of unfortunate ending, because we were just getting into the intense part where Alice was going to defend those BFBs. Was looking very good. I'm not sure how long this defeat screen will stay, because I do not really have a lot to say anymore about this. Overall, good game, good decisions, good rush by Alice round 15, which got him the upper hand, and then a good counter rush by Smurf. So overall, the quality of the game decision in this game was very good, but yeah, it was unfortunate that we couldn't see the actual ending of this. So finally, we're getting on to the second game. The second game is on Temple, and also I should really have a bottle of water next to me, but I unfortunately do not have. So Alice is going for a Y for a Kevin spot. I'm not sure what my spot used to be, but okay, it's nice that I'm still me. Yeah, okay. But Alice is going for ice. I'm not so sure what we're seeing right here, because I am not used to Alice going for ice and Smurf going attack. Yeah, that's something I could have expected, especially in the old days. So yeah, usually this is kind of the situation where, okay, here we go. There are some pings sent by Smurf, but because Smurf is going eco himself, Alice can time his ice, and I'm expecting these 2 players not to leak any lives. Alice definitely going to go for more Bloon eco, because if he sends pings, then he's going to hurt his own economy, and yeah, honestly, not too sure why you would want to do that, especially because you can take a draw and pick the next map, and in that case Alice will be up to null, considering that you win your own maps, obviously. So usually though, with the ice towers, I would prefer to put that 0-0 ice a bit higher, and then put another ice tower below it, and that's because, and then the ice can retime itself on round 7. And what we see a leak? No, it doesn't look like it. Alice did not look to leak right there. Well, it actually, ice tech. Interesting play, to say the least. Was not expecting an ice tech here, because I wonder if Alice is going for farm, or if this is going to be... Smurf is, by the way, going for the blacks. That's because with 2 ice towers, you can see it. No, Alice actually defends it nicely, but usually what happens is when you send blacks, then a lot of the blacks will be frozen at like the bottom half of the corner, and then when you sell both of your ice, then all of the balloons will get unfrozen, which means that they are more likely to actually get through, especially when you have a little bit of delay in getting up your ring of fire. But Alice actually played it very well by keeping that 1-2-0 ice tower and then get up his ring of fire. So again, they are saying some stuff in the chat. I'm not sure what they are saying. And also about Smurf's stack position, I prefer to put mine higher up. Excuse me, higher up. Because if you do that, The text can still reach the bottom left corner in Smurf situation, and usually your ninjas then, and because you hit the blues earlier, there's less layering. So what Smurf now gonna do? For round 15 you usually get up double Ring of Fire, and wonder what Alice is going to do. Alice is still going eco. He's going to go for Ice Towers, which I honestly do not agree on because it's not very reliable. Smurf is going for Ceramic and then follow up with some Spaced Pinks, and Alice is going to defend that very easily, and then we are going to see that's going to cause some leaks. Smurf not having the money to actually go for a double rough, so he went for a Cluster Bomb. And honestly, if you just get to 0-0 ninjas, then you could have also just no life lost that. The Cluster Bomb was a bad decision in my opinion, because the Cluster Bomb doesn't really do it. Does at least maximum of 3 layers damage, whereas Ninja can do it through 2 layers of damage, and the biggest issue is getting rid of the ceramic layer before it gets inside the Ring of Fire's range, which you can achieve by getting just 2 ninjas rather than going for Cluster Bomb, because also when the balloons get through, then the Cluster Bomb needs to reach to the very right near the exit of the map, and that's not really gonna do anything. Because it doesn't have balloons to aim at, because this rush was too small. So luckily nobody sent a round 18 rush, because I was busy commentating about that round 15 rush. Alice only has 2 sprayers. I say only, but probably if he just gets up a Bloons Zichu, he is fine defending, no life lost. But we're pure defending the ceramics of Moab, and with those Ice Towers I don't see it happening. Alice is going for a couple more tags. What's gonna happen, because Smurf is going to leak even more lives to this, because that's not enough defense for ceramics of the AI. You need to get up an extra spray or something. Unfortunately we didn't see Gamma explode around 21, would have been fun to see, but to be fair, Smurf has 99 lives, there's no way Alice is going to leak below that, and Smurf should just focus on late game. Kinda unfortunate that it looks like it's going late game. Smurf is going for a mob right now, and it's not really laid effectively at all. And so here's a Blade Maelstrom and a second one, and Alice defends that easy peasy. That's very unfortunate, very timed very badly, because if they are actually on top of each other, it might have been more effect. Alice saying that it is not that bad of a rush, because he needed 2 Maelstroms, but because 1 Maelstrom is like 1.2k and the Moab already is 1.5k, I definitely don't understand why Alice said that. Okay, so Alice is going for a counter Moab, so Smurf is going to get up a Bloons Zichu and also a Moab Mauler in the back. So that's actually a very good rush by Alice, and that's why I love Alice. That's so enjoyable, because that Mauler is going to cause Smurf to at least lose 800 money. So here we go, Smurf is going to go and get up a Blade Maelstrom, lost another 600 money. One of his Maulers is on first, so that's not efficient. So that one, 3 good that round, Smurf defends this. And so that only that one Moab just caused Smurf to lose like 4 or 5k in money, and it caused a lot of chaos, and now he even needs to get up another Bloons Zichu to defend the round 27 AI, and this is just freaking crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, because this is going to put Alice in such an advantage. I think that Alice at this point just has like at least a 500 eco boost, but it might have even gone up to like 1k. I wouldn't be surprised if Alice just gets 7 or 7.5k by round 13, where Smurf only would have like 5k or 5.5 max. And like, even though Alice has ISO, there's no way that Alice is going to defend around 20-35 COMG. It is still a lot of fun, because he can afford a huge rush, and Smurf, if he's going to counter, then he needs to go for, and he only has to defend with like 4k, so that's not a good position for Smurf. Also, they're both going for more eco at this point. Usually you stop around 30 at the beginning, but in eco versus eco, it doesn't really matter. So Smurf is going to go for another Maelstrom, because that BFB contents got really far. So if I was Smurf, I would just be going for more Maulers at this point and not more Bloons TD, because more Bloons TD are maybe useful after round 37. And what I would also do is I would put most of his Maulers more towards the back and the center, because Smurf is not going to fill the entire map with males and with Maulers, because filling the entire map with Maulers, he wouldn't have any money to counter rush, and he definitely needs to do that because he's down on lives. So he's getting Maulers up in the top, and still do not really agree with this. Smurf should Sabo it. No, he's actually fine without Sabo, and I'm surprised with that. He gets one Sabo down, Alice has his setup ready to go. I don't trust Sabo timing, so he gets 5. Oh my god, Alice, why? Yeah, if you just time well, like, that's one full ZMG almost. So Smurf is actually defending AI very fine. I don't know if Alice is going to go for a counter rush, because if he goes for a counter rush, then he should definitely send something at round 35. And round 35 is kicking in now, so this is definitely the moment to rush. You can also go for a rush on round 37, but then again, if Smurf sends now, then there's almost no way that Alice is actually going to win this game. So, yeah, the cameras around. There's no rush around 2035. Why, man? Why? Would have at least expected this. Yeah, well, to be fair though, if either player sends on round 35, then run one counter on round 37, it's also going to be very dangerous. So definitely expecting a rush right now. Smurf's holding his mouse on the top of the single ZMG. So 1, 2, 3, there we go. There's the 3 OMG. So Smurf can sell his Ring of Fires right now, because they are super ceramic, so there's no reason to actually keep those. And what's Alice going to do? Definitely going to go for a counter around 26. So yeah, there we go. That's the counter rush. Thank you, Alice. So here we go. How many counters though? Because Smurf only sent 1 ZMG around 37, 36 I mean. Or no, he sent 2, and now he's going for the third one around 27. So Smurf is going to need to get up more Maulers, and that's why I said get up more Maulers, because now you're just a bit behind, and especially because most of his Bloons are actually located in the back. And his Maulers are targeting first. A lot of the ceramics are distracting his Maulers from that one CMG. Around 36, CMG is actually kind of weak. It's already damaged for 25%, and now halfway damaged because Smurf used one of his assassins. He's assassinating it even more. So Smurf is going to have an easy time defending this UOMG, but he still needs a couple more. Maulers in order to defend this. So he broke it down, but those are not enough Maulers to actually defend those BFBs, and you want to break down the BFBs as soon as possible. No, he's going for assassins. Okie do then. It's also a fine decision. Alice broke down that first UMG, so he's definitely going to defend that one at least, and then probably break down the second one, but we have to see if Alice is going to make it to 140. He broke down the second UMG already. Okay. So Smurf getting up a couple more Maulers. Holy shit, one of those ceramics just got through, and I think Sabo ran out then. There's no other way how that super ceramic could be so fast. Also, Smurf should probably get rid of most of his. No, he didn't even get up the Blood Impact, so we should be fine. He defended at first CMG, nicely done by Smurf, but Alice is now sending BFBs. I don't think those will even make it to the end. Smurf will just sell most of his Maulers at this point. But Alice also looking very good. Only one more round to go, and Smurf still has his Ring of Fires, and I'm not sure why, because those are not really efficient. Alice sending more BFBs, but those definitely don't make it to the end. So there we go. So Alice has still one ZMG to actually break down. Then I think it's pretty easy for him to actually stall this out around 40. So is it going to happen? Is Alice actually going to pull this off and get a 2-1 lead? If he is just going to stall it around 40, I don't think he has the money to do that, but it's getting to the point where, it broke down. I was about to say, if it doesn't break down and Alice can just spam a lot of tech sprays, and he would have been fine. So did actually the BFB of the round 39 AI already show up? I don't think so. And so Alice looks like he's going to break down his BFBs, which is going to be absolutely brilliant, because that means that he only needs one more mortar stall every 6 seconds, which is clearly more efficient than just using a mortar stall every 3 seconds. So we've gone for a couple of ceramics. Honestly, don't know why, because that's definitely not going through. And at this point, I will just sell all of my blue stitches, because the blue stitches are not really cleaning up the balloons at this point, and Alice just needs to stall, and he is better off stalling not breaking it down, because breaking it down might actually result in one of the ceramics getting through. So the assume just actually getting pretty far. The camera ceramics are actually getting in. Is Alice going to sell all of his towers right now? He's sold his last couple of ones. He got up more assault. No, Alice, you need to go for insane micro at this point. Alice, can you pull it off? The zoom you actually disappeared off the screen for Smurf, and Alice actually made it to round 40 with high stack ninja mortar. What brilliant, what brilliant. Oh my god. Also ping OP, what the hell happened right there? I thought that actually Alice died at that point, but it's okay. Alice just managed to actually pull it off and get up to now. Great play by Alice. I'm a bit sad that I didn't know the eco at the start of rushing, because I was wondering like if my analysis on how efficiently Alice rushed and played that actually was correct, and that he indeed had like 1k or 1.5k lead on Smurf going into that rush. That was a knock. So they are playing on cards, and honestly cards is a disgusting map if your opponent is going for Bloon Eco. It's even disgusting when you go farm versus farm, but it's just it's always better than going eco. So in my opinion, I don't want to talk about eco because it just grows, but in farm versus farm, this is like, it's that one map where around 13, round 15 and round 18 are kind of dangerous, and even round 22 can be kind of difficult, and AI is also kind of tricky, which makes it a lot of fun to play on. And makes it not as dull as, for example, Temple AI, because that's actually, if you know the infrastructure, it's way more optimized, so it's not that interesting. So both players are going for farms, and then for cards you have 2 ninja spots. You can go for the upper one, or you can go for the one Smurf has it in. To be very honest, I have no clue which one is the better one, because the top one can be explored, and then you definitely need a second one. On the other hand, the one Smurf has probably leaks more, and also needs a second one of the persistent of withstanding the blacks. It's just also like probably also knowing your opponent and know how they play. So now Alice got up his second jab while Smurf only sent a couple of red balloons. That's so funny. I love that. And wait. Oh god. They're just sending some banter in chat. So what I wanted to say about cards is why it's also gross when you play farm versus farm is because round 13 is just so random. Honestly, if they don't get up a balloon impact, there's just a 90% chance that you can kill them on round 13, but the fact that you can kill them doesn't mean that they actually will die. It's just that you just send too little and you fuck yourself over a lot, or you just send too much and then they 100% die, but usually you just don't dare to send too much, because there's a large chance that there's just a large chance that you feel like you always hear rod. Oh my god, it's hilarious, because Alice is moving his mortar, and then you go for a second rod, exactly, and then Alice is going to get up a balloon impact, and that's exactly how you play that. And then Alice is going for a counter rush. Did Smurf actually was he able? Oh my god, Rob. Okay, so Smurf get up more the back in position because you need it. So Smurf actually has, oh my freaking god, Alice going for the ceramics. It's insane. But with 3 cluster bombs, it's easy peasy to defend. So that's a huge shot. But this is exactly what I mean with why cards is such a gross map, because usually your opponent defends that first set with microing his mortar, but when you micro his mortar and you have only 2 cluster bombs, then you're 100% dead to a follow-up, which is just a tiny bit larger, which Smurf did, and then you need to get up that balloon impact. So, but nobody instantly gets up the balloon impact, and usually for the follow-up rush you're too busy and don't get up the balloon impact in time, and usually just die. So that's cards in a nutshell. But right here you just got the perfect gameplay between 2 very good players, and honestly I didn't even pre-watch this, so I'm so freaking glad to see this. So they have insanely low farms, and that's so enjoyable, because this is like kind of old school where the better rusher is going to win and defending is no longer an option unless someone has insane X eco. So Smurf got up 1 Mauler and then Jitsu, and so did Alice. Honestly, Smurf's position was a bit better because that Mauler is able to hit a Moab early, and then the Jitsu is actually able to pop down at Moab before it even hits the second band. So a larger chance that all the Bloons will be distracted. And Alice's low farms, actually, I'm not paying attention to the farms at all. So Smurf's going for that with B. And now this is actually great. Alice has a good infrastructure. So I would say, Alice, you could have just defended this. Like, to be very honest, like that BFB is just costing Alice a lot. Oh, Alice sold his 1 farm, and he even sold his Blue Situ. So he just sold everything, and now Smurf is going to get up a good balloon impact, and he's going to defend the BFB, but Alice is going to follow it up with all school on Moabs. It's not going to look like it's going to do a lot, so Smurf is going to go for another class, 7 and then for another cluster bomb. So here we go, there is a round 33 AI, and Smurf assassins it, and then Alice doesn't slow it down. So here we go, the region pinks coming in, and Smurf is going to multi-stall, and GG well played. The camo medal is coming in, and that's going to be the GG 4 cards. And Alice actually died. Yeah, he died not even to the mob, he died to the region pings. So yeah, we just got everything that my little rushing, my little Bloons flash heart wanted. This is exactly why we love flash, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's just that if you just play it well and you get in low farms, and this game is just so much fun, because there needs to go so much thought into what rushes you want to pull off to actually kit your opponent, because people also got better at defending. And so there are a lot of ways that you can defend actually efficiently, to the point where rushing became really hard. And the thing that, especially if we're talking about 2020 and 2021, that Alice is definitely one of the best players. No, he is the best player, without a doubt, at this point, because he optimized rushing to such a point that, like, any decision he makes in game, it's like 100% justifiable, and you're like, whoa, why didn't I think about his rush? It's just so freaking clever. And I think that even in these days, Alice was just one of the only players which was indeed far ahead of his opponents in terms of managing to send efficient rushes, which actually are able to pull them ahead in eco-wise or life-wise. And yeah, I think that I think that Alice just has improved his gameplay so much throughout the most recent years, and that it's just kind of sad that King of the Hill doesn't live on right now, because I think like at this point I would be really interested to see Alice compete with the top players again. Like, without it, okay, I should stop simping for Alice because it's going way too far. We are going to get inside of the intense spots of Indo pools. We are going to see round 8. So usually what you get is you get 8 by round 7, because your eyes retimes, and then your eyes is going to leak a shit onto round 8. But Alice eyes actually retimed, and I think it's still kind of decent. But Yeah, it could have been problematic if Smurf was way more aggressive. He wasn't. He gets up a full eyes, and it's because two of his eyes are timed very badly. Holy shit, we see Dart. Holy freaking god, that's a long time ago I saw this. This was like viable for a very short time. So what's Smurf gonna do? Because he doesn't get up his... What is he gonna do? So Alice got up, Ninja there, yeah, okay, but... Why does Smurf not get up his... He doesn't get up his flash bomb. Yeah, send the camel medal, send the camel medal, send the camel medal. Aww. No camel medals. Okay, here we go. Round 13. What are we gonna see? Smurf saw one of his things and he's going for camo, Zebra, so that's definitely a freaking good rush. Alice defends that. No, yeah, he defends that with Bloons TD. Crazy fast rush, and now Alice is going for region. Zebra is a counter rush, and then Smurf is going to sell all of his towers, and he's going to go for that Maelstrom easy peasy defend. And now both players have no farms whatsoever. So we've gone for the Camel Metal Rush, and that's one of the best rushes against his farm, and Alice instantly going for that absolute zero. What's Smurf going to do? He's going to defend it off. Get it 1-2-0 eyes or something, Smurf. This isn't going to be good. Smurf's now going to stall, and now Smurf needs to stall this out. Does he have more money? He actually sold one of the absolute zeros before he even used the ability. Alice is going to go GG. Well played. Yeah, honestly, for this map, I hope that his victory screen stays up for a long while, but to be very honest, that's unfortunate. That's one of the only things that I didn't account for. But so like that camera rush, I actually didn't think about it because Ice actually plays a crucial role in that strategy. Because usually what you get is the flash bomb actually gets one layer, and then your Ice freezes like all of the black balloons, and maybe if you're even lucky some of the white balloons are also being popped, and then your Ice takes care of a lot of the balloons. And it usually is a balloon situation in the back is able to carry you. So interesting play by both players. They're going for the old spot, and then they're going to go for the second tag in what we call now the starting spot. So did you play your tag early or something? I have no clue why Smurf is saying that. One last thing I wanted to say about that in the pools is that that camera rush was just a great rush, and didn't really allow Alice to pay a lot of give him a lot of time to react. And then for round 15, yeah, camo region lads, those are just so pesky, and you need to sabo those. And even if you sabo those, then there's a large chance that because the balloons are so grouped, you're not going to be able to defend that. Yeah, and other than that, Indopool is actually very enjoyable to play with Ice Tech Farm. And yeah, that's all I needed to commentate honestly about Indopools. And now let's just go and talk about a game. It's 2-2, and I think that this is not a King series, so this is going to be best of 5, and it's going to be the last game. So they get a Ring of Fire actually in that bottom spot, and interesting to see. Alice got up his farm just a bit earlier than Smurf. So yeah, that's not really gonna mean a lot. Only that Alice is probably going to be more of the rush in this game. And for a game, honestly, don't really enjoy playing this map. That's my opinion because, well, it's kind of long. AI is honestly just freaking gross. Like, to be fair, around 26 and 27 are easier than around 29. I've died like 5 times to around 29, and yeah, you just need to maelstrom a lot of like get a shit ton of text and stuff, and there are so many little tricks you can pull out of your sleeve to like get good mixed eco, get good farms, and there's not a lot of fun rushing. Even around 15 and 13, it's just way less entertaining in my opinion. And especially around 22 and 20, I feel like it's kind of too easy to defend. But on the other hand, there are people who argue that it's kind of that round 22 is kind of hard here. And the thing I can agree on that Bloons TD spots are not as good as on Inkblot or Zen Garden, so you indeed have a more difficult time defending PFBs in this one. but because it's so long, ZMGs and stuff like that is pretty easy. So around 15 usually you can see some ceramics here. It doesn't look like any of the players going for ceramics. They have low life, so it could be worth to send. One of the most important things about defending ceramics on this map is definitely that you do burn these ceramics, because if you burn the ceramics, then you just get through like 4 different layers with the burning stuff, maybe even more. And that's so crucial, because when you break down the ceramic layer before so they are actually rainbows, and usually if they are burned, they will be taken care of by the ring of fire, and that ninja just below it, you nearly not have lost. So usually what are good times to actually exploit your opponent is like at the end of the AI, because that's the part where opponents are going to micro their mortar to burn the LEDs and not leak to the AI. So around 18 it can be interesting to see a rush here, and again we do not see any rush, so yeah, kind of unfortunate. This is kind of the saddest A game I've seen. Not the saddest, but I mean, could have been better. Like in terms of what we saw in the other games, this is definitely one of the least enjoyable till this point. But luckily we are getting into the zone where I think that both players are. One of the players is going to send a rush. I don't think Alice can fit more fast, maybe one more on the top left. So Alice is going for a ceramic rush. He sent 4 ceramics, and 4 ceramics equals 1.2k, and 1 maelstrom is 1.2k, so that equals out perfectly. Even though Smurf can use his maelstrom for the AI up, so he is just a bit up. That's the only thing, but but yeah, it was decent. It was a good rush. So for round 24, oh my god, is it true? Are we gonna go late game? I fucking hate this, man. No, so Smurf's going to get 4 sprayers, and we're going to see 1 maelstrom, and that's enough. Alice going for only 3 sprayers and get up at 3, 2 ninja, a maelstrom, and also a jitsu, and that was fine. So I think I would agree with Smurf's defense, because honestly I don't really see why that top ninja, here's the issue with that top ninja. Oh, here's a ZOMG. Okay, thanks God. So what Smurf did is he instantly sold his ring of fire, and that's a good decision, because that ring of fire, it's better to get that money, save some farms, and then get up your defense. So usually for ZMG you just wait a while. He's getting 3 sprayers, which is more than enough. I hope he doesn't get more. Like, I think that 2 would have even been enough for him. And then just get up your Bloons earlier, and gets up even another sprayer to even pop that ZMG layer earlier. And I think that's a pretty bad decision, because round 27 is kind of long. And what will happen now is that the Bloons will be distracted by the AI, but seemingly because most of these sprayers are actually going to pop the PFBs, he's fine. So here's a little Sabo running out, and then Smurf is going to transition his maelstroms, and that was enough. So because Smurf has a lot of defense up, I don't really see any benefit of going for the second ZMG this early. Like maybe a bit later, halfway 29, so it breaks down around 31, and the BFBs will actually have the health around 31. That will be more difficult to defend. So okay, here we see Alice. Whoa, we see a counter ZMG by Smurfblade. Definitely an interesting play, because I think Smurf knows that if he doesn't go for the counter, then he's going to be under pressure all the way. So both around 29 ZMG, so those are going to be easy to defend. So these are around 31 Moabs, and those are going to be a little bit more difficult to Maelstrom, but it's very easy for Smurfblade to take down nonetheless with Maelstrom. So Alice doesn't really have a lot of infrastructure for AI. No, just kidding, he actually has a shit ton of sprays, so Alice is also fine. And Alice even sent more ZMGs, 1 more ZMG. So this is the part where things are getting really intense. Around 31, Those BFBs are getting far, they break down now. So does Smurf have enough money and time? He's kind of choking because these mobs are getting pretty far behind his Bloons TD. So he's going to get a lot of maelstroms. Smurf, what you doing? What you doing, man? You need a maelstrom. Oh my god, he got off for the ball, got up that mortar stall. He's going to go. He has 4 maelstroms. It's so much money, and he's going to go for more maelstroms. He needs to probably go for another mortar stall. Smurf, what are you doing? What are you doing? Your Sabo's running out. Go for the mortar stall. Thank you, God. No, you need to go for a Sabo. Thank God. Now there will be no more glitches on his part. Oh my god, Smurf, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? No, Smurf, those are going to go. No, Smurf. So go for it. Go for it. Maelstrom, thanks God, he defended it. But now Alliswell, look at the Alice sides, because these are still no super strong. Smurf, no, defend it. Smurf, defend it. Smurf, defend it. Oh, Smurf. I mean, Smurf, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Oh my god, I was rooting for Smurf so badly. Oh my god, like honestly, it was so hectic. But he defended that entire thing, and honestly, if he just, oh my god, just one more Sabo was enough. Oh my god, and he didn't get it in. Or maybe just one more to start, just to get the extra 2 seconds to react and get up that Sabo, and then get up those maelstroms. Oh god. And then on the other hand, Alice was looking actually pretty good. He had those maulers, like like why Smurf? Like Alice was doing pretty fine, but because those maulers were nowhere near going to be defended, I think Alice had definitely no chance there to actually defend, because not only would he have to defend those semblance, but also the AI. And like I think Smurf actually had a better shot defending AI right there than Alice defending the semblance. So unfortunate. Holy shit, that game went fast. I mean, it's that we won't probably see any more surge, but next time, Smurf, please slow that part down, because that was way too fast and way too intense to commentate. But anyway, guys, I think I've talked a lot. My voice is still not dead, so I'm very happy, and I hope you've enjoyed this game. And how do you always say, like peace out, and see you in the next one.